Yashodanandana ISKCON founder Charya Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parila Jagatacharya Astotara Sita Systematic Divine Grace. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Jai. That's the correct. Thank you, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinatha Purana Kindaki Vrindavan Ramki Asura Ramki Navadi Maitu Ramki Jagannath Puri Ramki Yamuna Maitri Yadik Ramki Vasi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Samadhya Bhakti Gaura all glories of Swami. All glories of Swami. All glories of Swami. Chaitanya Manodikam Sakutam Bhutale Swayam Rupa Adamanu Dadati Darati Nandinam Sivamuni Sivapadakamula Sivamuni
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Today from Bhagavad Gita, as it is chapter 4. Transcendental knowledge, text number 5. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni Yati Prani Janmani Kavacharjuna Yaham Veda Sarvani
Tayam Yasarvani
Maham Veda Parantapa
Natma Veda Parantapa.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bahuni Yati Prani
Bahuni me Vyatani
Janmani Kavacharjuna
Nirmane Tavacharjuna
Yaham Veda Sarvani
Yaham Veda Sarvani
Maham Veda Parantapa
Natma Veda Parantapa.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bahuni Vedatitani
Bahuni me Vyatani
Janmani Kavacharjuna
Nirmane Tavacharjuna
Yaham Veda Sarvani
Tanyaham Veda Sarvami
Natvam Veda Parantapa
Natvam Veda Parantapa. Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bahume me Vyatitani
Bahuni Vedatitani
Nirmane Tavacharjuna
Janmani
Tavacharjuna Natvam Veda Parantapa.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni Vedatitani Janmani Yaham Veda Sarvani
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bahuni me Vyatitani
Janmani tava charjuna Tanyaham veda sarvani Natvam veda parantapa Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyasikare Janmani tava charjuna Tanyaham veda sarvani Natvam veda parantapa
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
The personality of God has said.
The personality of God has said
Muni
Many.
Many
Of mine.
of mine
Yatitani have passed. Janmani births. Tava of yours. Cha and also Arjuna. O Arjuna. Tani. Those. Aham. I. Veda. Do know. Sarvani. All. Na. Not. Tvam. You. Veta. No. Parantapa. O subduer of the enemy. Translation and purport by Divine Grace C. Bhakti Swami The personality of God had said, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Please repeat. The personality of God had said, many births, both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. O subduer of the enemy. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita 5.33, we have information of many incarnations of the Lord. It is stated there, Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Manantarupam Adim Purana Purusam Navayovanam Cha Vedisu Durlabama Durlabadma Bhaktav Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person, absolute, infallible, without beginning. Although expanded into unlimited forms, he is still the same original, the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all-knowing forms of the Lord are usually not understood, even by the best Vedic scholars. But they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. It is also stated in Brahma Samhita 5.39. Ramadi Muruti Sukalani Amena Tishtan Anavatar Makara Bhuvane Shukintu Krishna Swayam Samabhat Parama Pumanyur Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is always situated in various incarnations such as Ram, the Singha, and many sub-incarnations as well, but who is original personality of Godhead, known as Krishna, and who incarnates personally also. In the Vedas also it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, manifests himself in innumerable forms. He is like the Vaidurya stone, which changes color yet still remains one. All those multi-forms are understood by the pure, unalloyed devotees, but not by a simple study of the Vedas. Vedi Sudurlabham, Adurlabham, Adma Bhakto. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions of the Lord. And whenever the Lord incarnates, the associates devotees also incarnate in order to serve the Lord in different capacities. Arjuna is one of these devotees, and in this verse it is understood that some millions of years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to the sun god, Vivaswan, Arjuna in a different capacity was also present. But the difference between the Lord and Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incident, whereas Arjuna could not remember. That is the difference between the part and parcel living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what had happened in his birth, in his various past births. Therefore, excuse me, a living entity, however great he may be in the material estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is a constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot be equal to the Lord. The Lord is described in the Brahma Samhita as infallible, achyuta, which means that he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. Therefore, the Lord and the living entity can never be equal in all respects, even if the living entity is as liberated as Arjuna. Although Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, he sometimes forgets the nature of the Lord. But by the divine grace, a devotee can at once understand the infallible condition of the Lord, whereas a non-devotee or a demon cannot understand this transcendental nature. Consequently, these descriptions in the Gita cannot be understood by demonic brains. Krishna remembered acts which were performed by him millions of years before, but Arjuna could not, despite the fact that both Krishna and Arjuna are eternal in nature. We may also note herein that a living entity forgets everything due to his change of body. But the Lord remembers because he does not change his Satchidananda body. He is Advaita, which means there is no distinction between his body and himself. Everything in relation to him is spirit. whereas the conditioned soul is different from his material body. And because the Lord's body and self are identical, his position is always different from that of the ordinary living entity. Even when he descends to the material platform, the demons cannot adjust themselves to this transcendental nature of the Lord, which the Lord himself explains in the following verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bahuni me beti tali. Bahu. Many births. Unlimited births Krishna have taken, along with all living entities, all of us, not only Krishna, all of us, we have been taking births unlimitedly, because we have been here since time immemorial. We constantly change the body. So there is always a difference. There is always a difference. In everything that we do and everything that Krishna does, there is always a difference, not the same. We change our bodies. We have been taking bodies and appearing. Krishna is also appearing. Sambhavami Juge Juge. Millennium after millennium, I appeared. So we are appearing and disappearing. Krishna is appearing and also disappearing. All the time, not only once. So this is a response to Arjuna's question in the previous verse. Arjuna was speaking, Krishna was telling Arjuna, I spoke this knowledge to a sun god. It was a perplexity for Arjuna. I spoke this knowledge to a sun god. Arjuna said, how? When? We are born the same time. Yeah, we were born the same time. So when did you do that? I can't remember when you did that. When is that? And son God is senior. How can you speak to a senior? What is that? Well, the seniors will speak to junior. You are telling me that you spoke to son God. When a child is trying to understand the father with his tiny brain, it's a funny situation for the parent. So this is what is happening with Arjuna and Krishna. So Krishna is laughing. Because both of you took birth at the same time, we are almost the same age. So you are thinking at me like you. So yes, we are good friends, we have been doing so many things all together, but there is difference. The difference is what Krishna is explaining. Many births both you and I have passed. What is the difference between us and Krishna? The difference is that Krishna remembers everything and we forget everything. As powerful as one may be, whatever we hear, we can only get 10%. Only 10% of what we hear. Even if it is 10 minutes, it's only 10%. That is not a pass mark for any examination. 10% is not a pass mark. As powerful as we may be, even if one is suited out, you get only 10% of what you hear. Because that is the nature of the conditions. So we are limited in all respects. Limited in all respects. So Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, his position. I can remember everything, but you cannot remember because you have changed the body. Even before we change the body, we cannot even remember anything. Anything you cannot remember. What we have done. The first thing you said this morning, can you remember? Not just this morning. The first thing you said this morning. What do you say? Huh? And what do you say? Krishna. Go ahead, devotee, so you can say Krishna. Who else will remember? The first thing we wake up in the morning to remember for most of us is cell phone. Not Krishna. Not Krishna, is cell phone. That's what we remember. Right? But that is not the case with Krishna. Krishna is omniscient personality of Godhead. So Lord Brahma is describing Krishna here. Advaita. Advaita. Krishna is never contaminated in any circumstances. He is never contaminated in all circumstances. Nothing affects Krishna. He is never contaminated. It's a non-dual. He is never contaminated. Never contaminated means he's not affected by anything in this world. Forgetfulness or remembrance or whatever it is. Krishna is never forget. He is the same person in terms of quality. In terms of qualities, Krishna is the same. But in magnitude, Krishna constantly expands. In all respects. In his beauty, in his knowledge, in his everything, Krishna constantly expands. So it is very difficult for someone, even a liberated soul, to understand Krishna. Even liberated soul, Krishna said, I put them also in delusion. It was a past time when Krishna demonstrated this to Narada Muni. Narada Muni wanted to know what is Krishna's, how Krishna can bewilder even sages. It's a powerful personality. So Krishna gave him a cup, go and bring water from the river. Before Narada Muni came back, he has spent all of his life. He went to the river, he got married, he got children, grandchildren, great-great-great-children. Before he came back, he's already an old man. So Krishna looked at him. Want to understand me? See where you are. Just a cup of water to go and bring. It took Narada Muni a whole lifetime. What of other great personalities? How many sages understood who is Krishna? Yesterday, a devotee asked me in Mira Road Temple. Look, because all the sages, Vasistha Muni, Atri, Marichi, all of them, Lord Brahma gave them each daughter of Kadama Muni. So the devotee asked me, how these sages also got married? They are sages. I said, yes, they are sages. Sages does not mean they are pure devotee. They can understand the scriptures, yes, but that does not mean that they are pure devotee. They can be chanting so many mantras and have mystic power and do so many mystical things. That does not mean that they're pure devotee. Demons also have mystic power. Pure devotee is different. So Lord Krishna is reserved only to be known by his pure devotees, not by someone else. And in the case of Arjuna here, Arjuna's bewilderment is not out of ignorance. It is because Krishna wants to use him to teach us. Krishna is using him to teach us. Achyuta, Lord Krishna does not come down from his position in all circumstances. He maintains his position and he is always accountable to his devotees. And Adim, he is unlimited, he has no end. Ananta, unlimited. Rupa, he has unlimited form, eternal situation. Adim, Lord Krishna is the supreme beginning of everything. He begins everything and ends everything, and also the middle of everything. That is Krishna's position. He is Nava Yovana, always fresh, always fresh. So Krishna is always fresh. Although he is Purana, Krishna is Purana, means he's the oldest. He's the oldest person because he begins everything. Generally, the oldest person means what? He must be very, very old. So common people, when they are describing old people, it is with big beard and is struggling to walk. That is generally the perception of a common person. But Krishna's position is different. Krishna is the oldest person at the same time. He is the youngest. No one is as fresh and young as Krishna, and no one is as old as Krishna. That is Krishna's absolute nature. Therefore, Lord Brahma worshipped Krishna, and he said, Krishna is Durlabham Durlabham, Atma Bhakta. Very, very difficult for non-devotees to understand of Krishna, but Krishna is very easy for devotees to understand. For his pure devotee, when you say devotee, you are talking about pure devotee. It's very easy for pure devotees to understand who Krishna is. Krishna can hide from everybody, but not from his pure devotees. Pure devotee can identify Krishna. In any situation that Krishna is, he will be identified by his pure devotees. So Lord Brahma worshipped Krishna for this purpose. He has innumerable forms. Ramadi Mrutesu Kala Niyamana Tistan. Lord Krishna has innumerable forms, uncountable forms. For example, Ram, the Singha, Varaha. So hear what Lord Brahma is saying. Let us hear what Brahma is saying. It's a very deep philosophy, and it is a perplexity for so many people. So Brahma said, I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is always situated in various incarnations, such as Ram. Krishna is situated in various incarnations. Not that he is an incarnation of Ram, the Senya of Varaha. That is not Krishna's position. This is a perplexity. Lord Ramachandra came in Treta Yuga. Narayan is from the beginning of the creation. Narayan, from the beginning of the creation, Narayan is the beginning. Vishnu is the Narayan. He begins the creation, but you never see Krishna in the creation. We don't see Krishna. Krishna does not participate in creation and maintenance. Maintenance and creation is activity of his expansion. Ramadi Mrutishu Kala Nimane Tistan Nanava Tarmakar Bubanishu Kintu. Krishna has innumerable forms to do his activities. Whatever he wants to do. Parashakti Vividaiva Asruyate. He has spent his energies to do what he wants to do. That is Krishna's position. So Lord Narayan is there from the beginning of creation, and he participates fully in the molding these material universes. That is Lord Narayan. In the spiritual, in material is Vishnu, the same person, Vishnu Narayan. And other incarnations, they came in, like Ramchandra, Nrsimhadev, Varahadev, and many sub-incarnations as well. So it is easy to understand Vishnu is Krishna, is God, he is the Supreme God, because he is mysterious and he is in charge of creation. And we have seen Ramachandra's perfect position at the Supreme Personality of Godhead through his leadership. But you don't see Krishna in all this. You only see Krishna in the middle. Krishna came towards the end of Dwapara Yuga. So he is junior to Ram, is junior to Nrsimha, is junior to Vishnu, is junior to Narayan. Because who came first is the superior. Is the superior. Who came last is junior. So Krishna came towards the end of Dwapara Yuga, and he left before Kali entered. So it was a very short time. Very, very short time Krishna came. But you see Lord Vishnu spread all the whole time. He spread all over the whole time. Therefore, less intelligent people, they understand that Vishnu is Krishna, God, and Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu. And Krishna is the incarnation of Ramchandra. This is less intelligence. Lord Krishna came only to come and demonstrate what he's doing. And in the same material translation, you see the material world is here, beyond the material is spiritual. It is spiritual world. Within the spiritual world is Vaikuntha planet. Goloka Vrindavan, it is kept far away in Vaikuntha, because it is reserved only for his pure devotees. Only his pure devotees is reserved, not common for everybody to understand. Even here in the material world, if you enter a company, who are you going to see first? When you enter a company, who will you see first? Huh? Reception, then security, reception, huh? Then what? The staff. What is the director here? What is director? In all these people that are saying, what is director? The director is far behind. And how many people will see him? Very, very few people will see him. Very, very few people will see him. That is the material. What about the spiritual? How do we think we'll see God very easily? What is our capacity to see Krishna easily? Since the material translation, we cannot have that chance. How do we expect that we're going to have it spiritually? So Krishna is very difficult for people to understand. That is the first thing. Second thing, his activities do not show his Krishna is God. His activities are completely different. In Ujjain, the devotee asked me, what is the difference between Krishna and Vishnu? You are just talking about Krishna. So what is the difference? Because they are the same personality of God. Yes, the personality of God, but what is the difference? So we're trying to share with you the vision. You see Vishnu dance? Vishnu, does he dance?
No.
He's a king, how will he dance? A king cannot eat in the public. He cannot dance in the public. He cannot sleep in the public. He cannot bathe in the public. 4 things are prohibited for a king to do in the public. But a boy can dance in the public. And who dances? Who dances? Only a happy person dances. A person is not happy cannot dance. So Vishnu is very much engaged in what? Management. Dealing with demons. And there's so many things, so many manage. Is it easy to manage? Huh? Is it easy to manage? Rather. Easy to manage? Very, very easy, very sweet. Yeah, you get Gilam first, is it not? You sit on the phone first. Yes, everything comes to you first, right? So easy, just easy like that. All the trouble come to your head. The thing you do, the thing you didn't do to come to your head. That is so, a lot of anxiety is there. But Vishnu carry all these things. The Krishna does not carry all these things. So you don't see Krishna. Krishna is reserved for his pure devotees. Yes, he comes in here to dance every day, to attend to the cows. The whole night he is dancing with his cowhead girlfriend. The whole day he is playing with the cowhead boss. 24 hours Krishna is busy in enjoyment, not in management. Even when you see Krishna, you think Krishna is fighting Dhenukasura. Krishna is not fighting Dhenukasura, Palambasura, all the demons, Tinabharta. It's not Krishna. Krishna doesn't do all these things. Vishnu do all these things, not Krishna. Krishna is a flute player, one who dances and enjoys himself, along with his friends, to show us what life is. That is Krishna's position. So he's telling Arjuna, this is my position. I never change my position, but you change and you can forget everything. I never forget everything because that is my position. Yeah, it's not a surprise that you are forgetting everything. That is a position. And also, it shouldn't be a surprise that I never forget anything because that is my position. We have different positions. Yes, that's to be understood. All those multi-forms are understood by the pure, unalloyed devotee, but not by a simple study of the Vedas. Vedasu durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. One cannot study book and understand Krishna. You cannot read scriptures, become a pure devotee by reading scripture. We'll have had a lot of pure devotee because in the past there's so many Vedantists, so many, all limited Vedantists. The ocean of Vedas. There are many. There are many. Before our situation became established, the Vedantists all over the whole world gathered in Jaipur to challenge Vaishnavas. Why you have Radharani in the altar? There's nowhere in the scripture that mentions Radha is with Krishna. Right? In the ocean of Vedantists, all over the world, they all gather in one place, the ocean, to swallow you. There's only one person who went to defend the whole Vaishnava. Vishwanath Chakravarti Chakra was very prominent, but he was old. So the Krishna is always perfect in his arrangements. He perfectly arranged for everything. Baldev Bhushan, he was not with us. He was from different Sampradaya. But he was very intelligent. By Krishna's arrangement, Krishna sent him to Vrindavan. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur saw him a great scholar. He's a big, brilliant boy. You should become a devotee. He brought him into Bhakti. Of course, this is a pastime because he's always a pure devotee. And then he sent him to go and represent. Only one person, just one person. Dismantled, he dried up the ocean of the Vedantists. One person. He dried the ocean of Vedantists. Just one person. He dried up all of them. They couldn't face him. He defeated all of them. Then, say, so, if you are talking like this, what is your Bhashya? Sankara has, all others they have. What is your Bhashya? How can you defend this? Immediately say, don't worry, I will provide it. Those the next day he brought it, was a surprise. It was a surprise. Huh? Because it was not done by him. Krishna did everything. Govinda Bhashya was done by Krishna himself. He gave it to him. You take, go and facilitate. Krishna, like he did in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave Arjuna the service and he gave him the consciousness how to do the service. So Krishna is engaging his devotee to represent him. He also gives all the facilities how to represent him. He went alone and defeated and dried up this ocean of Vedantists. They couldn't do anything. Therefore, Baldev Bhushan saved us and gave us the right to worship Radha and Krishna. This is Lord Krishna infallibleness, and he's giving his knowledge here in Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme origin for everything, and we can know him only when we take shelter of pure devotees. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Maharaj, just as you said in the class, nowadays we are more mobile conscious. We get up in the morning first thing. Before we go to the bed, we see mobile. So what is the actual procedure just before going to bed? And what is the actual procedure a devotee should follow as soon as he gets up? As soon as he gets up from his sleep. So please tell us what to do.
A devotee, one who is a devotee, we were talking to a devotee in Mira Road also yesterday. When you say a student, there is a consciousness, there is a level of consciousness expected from that person. When you say a cook, it's a consciousness, it's expectation, it's a consciousness. There is a process or the attitude. So when you say whatever you may describe us, when we say a devotee, there is a expected consciousness, attitude, behavior, approach towards everything that we do when we say devotee. So we are a devotee means we are devoted to a particular thing. We are devoted to a particular thing. If we are devotee, in our own case, practicing devotee of Krishna. For those who are devotees of Krishna, they have a fixed consciousness. But the practicing devotees of Krishna means that we should have a particular formula to follow. What is that? A devotee is going to bed, planning his tomorrow's practice. Going to bed today is planning how to do tomorrow's devotional service. It starts from this night when he's going to sleep. And the last thing a devotee does is offering obeisances to the spiritual master, begging for the time to get up tomorrow to start our practice. We are meditating on what we're going to do tomorrow, how we're going to do our japa tomorrow. We are meditating on that. We are hearing about Krishna from Krishna's pure devotee, like a lecture, a narration about Krishna, or Bhagavad Gita recitation. Now we have it in audio. We are hearing this recitation, Bhagavad Gita, or Bhagavatam, Chitan, Chaitanya, Chitan Bhagavat. We are hearing all this. This is a expected practice of a practicing devotee. If we want to be a devotee, I have seen how in the material world people have no sadhana. The sadhana of common people is that are simply waiting to die. There is no preparation for anything. They're just waiting to die. No preparation. A practicing devotee is called a devotee, not a karmi, not a gyani, not a yogi. It's called a devotee because we have a particular practice we have subjected ourselves to. This is our personal desire, not an imposition. But from our experience, we are seeing that we are not practicing devotee. Majority are not practicing devotee. Majority. And therefore we have so many complications. So many complications. I'm repeating. So the Prabhupada said we should know why we are suffering. We should know why we are suffering. We should know. What is our practice? What is our practice? I'm thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. But tomorrow, sadhana, I'm going to practice it. I'm planning it today before going to bed. As a practicing devotee. Right? Like a pujari, I think I'm going to use to work the deities tomorrow. It is prepared this night and kept. It is this night it is prepared. You prepare everything and it is nicely kept. So you know what you're going to do after waking up. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cook tomorrow. We plan everything what I'm going to cook tomorrow and set it ready today before going to sleep. I'm going to do a good japa tomorrow. I have planned how I'm going to go to bed today. I'm hearing the lecture from my spiritual master. I'm hearing lecture, a proper lecture. I'm hearing some narrations of Krishna book. I'm hearing all these things. Is that how we go to bed? This is how we should go to bed. And when we eventually wake up tomorrow morning, so we will know, that is the constant we used to go to bed with. And that is how you're going to wake. You will wake before alarm. Alarm clock will not wake you. You will wake the alarm. As a practicing devotee. And some of us see what our life is. We said the alarm will never wake. And some will put it off and continue to sleep. Why did you set it? So you are simply a disturbance because alarm is going to disturb other people who are not ready to wake up that time or who already woke up by that time. You are simply disturbing them. So that is what we have come to do in Krishna consciousness. We are simply a disturbance. The material world is already full of disturbances. Why should an intelligent person increase it? Why should they increase it? Not even for the oneself. Now we are increasing it for others. A person who does not want to wake by 2 and you are putting alarm clock by 2 and you are going to wake by 4. So are you not disturbing that person sleeping? And we think that there's no reaction from all this. We are doing no reactions. Just see how unconscious we are. When are we going to be Krishna conscious? We cannot be Krishna conscious without being conscious first. We have to be conscious, then Krishna consciousness comes in. Means what? When we are conscious, then we can consciously plan how to be Krishna conscious. If you're not conscious, how are we going to be Krishna conscious? It's not possible. That is the ignorance, the illusion, which is affecting most of us. Let's say devotees should go to bed. Let's say devotees should wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, it is not cell phone. Wake up in the morning, the next thing is, and me clean the body and start my practice. That is a priority. Some years ago, I visited one temple, and usually I get up my time, I was doing japa, and I saw the temple president's wife. The first thing she woke up to do is to see the sewing machine. No japa. I don't know if she brushed her teeth, I don't know. And maybe it take bad. I don't know. But I show on the machine is showing. It's not showing for the deities, like I said. They find money, but so it's not showing for the deities. Even if it's showing for the deity, it's showing for money. Is that Krishna consciousness? And this is happening in a Krishna temple. Not in the house. This is happening in Krishna temple. Krishna temple. I'm seeing this. So why will this kind of so-called devotee will not have problems? What will protect us from problems? What is it? What will protect us from problems? We will have more because we are doing a right thing in the wrong place. Yes, to make dresses, to make money, it's a right thing. In the wrong place, in Hare Krishna temple, which is not for Krishna, which is not for our Bhakti. It's a wrong place. Why we don't have problem? And why we should be surprised that we have problem? This we are seeing. A devotee woke up in the morning, his first cell phone is looking. That's the first thing to see what is inside the cell phone. Even if no one is calling, he's taking the phone. So we are here to become Krishna conscious, but we are here cultivating full consciousness. To gossip about all the unnecessary things that have nothing to do with us. When will we be devotees? The problem is that when we do like this, we're not going to make advancement and will become trouble for those who are making advancement. We become a problem. We are going to be very, very envious of those who are making advancement. It's happening. That is how it will happen. Yes?
Hare Krishna. And this is my first time coming in.
Thank you for coming.
Well, I text to the platform, one of the members on the board outside. So, according to the message, you are talking of when you are going to pray, and then you have your outline. You want to be in school. This is the skill method of watching the pattern is science. So, like my brother said, when you have your outline, you have it in mind. But as a sake of time, it used to happen. If you are a devotee, you be a devotee of Satan, according to your parameter of outline. Yes, please. Yeah. And then when you are preoccupied, and then you go wise, then you know it happens. It depends on your personal characteristics of that devotee to that outline. Then you will see that your mind will be on that platform, that character, the outline. Then I just discovered that, as you said, the time will come that even before the time you set on your clock to wait for you, now week, and then do some other thing. I do the thing on according to your heart plan for a day on time, and then so to support. And then secondly, I observe. It depends on the locality, the location where you are. Because as you say, I used to have a brush, even if I did not. As people who have a dictionary report, I took it to the library, going through it. But when I was going through it, I saw it was about God and human being spiritual. So that's why submission.
Thank you.
Next time that will be next.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All right. You answer. You get the answer? Did you get the answer?
The morning Maharaj immediately wake up, what should we do? They say we should chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. You told us about our consciousness, but it said, devotees when they get up, they chant Krishna. I just want to know.
The first thing is pranama mantra. Pranama mantra for a spiritual master. The first thing to offer obeisances to the spiritual master. The first thing before Panchatattva Hare Krishna mantra, you get up like that. And with that, you go to the bathroom and do all the necessary and come back and put all the rituals you have to do. Then you start japa. That is what you should do.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. The same we are going to bed. You have to prepare ourselves. Everything is scientific and we have to follow it. All right, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sima Bhagavata Siti Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.